CBD with free delivery. Trek CBD. CBD done right.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday. This is the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Steinertz and Enrique Alvarez Clary are with you today. Hello, Rico. Hello. How's it been going, man? That wasn't a very exciting hello. What's going on in the mind of Rico today? Are you good, man? I got to check on you.
Your
man.
man's is tired right now.
You're tired. You're not single daddying it anymore.
No, I'm not tired from home. I'm tired from here.
Oh, okay. I guess at least you're honest.
I've been in this chair in this studio since 8 o'clock.
You've been putting in the hours.
I have a lot of sliding and button pushing.
That's right. Vital to the success of the
It's
station.
very important. I cut
Very
Rashawn off a couple times during his show.
Oh no, you cut his mic.
Yeah, it was necessary. He was talking trash.
He
was
was
talking trash when Nicklin
Man,
McKenzie was here. So I was like, can't have it.
Just tell me that he did not say he could beat them in volleyball.
He said that he would be great at setting the ball,
Bro.
and then he went like and he kept making noises. So he was like ha, and they were laughing at him.
Dude, VJ is out of control.
He's wild, man.
He is out of control. And then when you get T Farley in here as well,
It was fun.
it's a whole nother dynamic. As always, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you the entire show. Feel free to add to the conversation that way. I want to talk Husker hoops a little bit. We're going to talk Major League Baseball. There was something that came out this afternoon as well, or earlier today, I should say, in regards to the MLBPA and their whole lockout situation. Looks like we may be getting the start of the season delayed a little bit, unfortunately. So we don't know what the Major League Baseball season is going to look like. So we'll kind of talk about that a little bit. And then 2:30, it's up to you guys. You guys decide whether or not the tip jar dies.
Please don't let it die.
Rico is going to be firmly in the boat of
Please don't let it die.
not letting it die.
I'm gonna send a tweet out
Go ahead.
and tell people not to let it die.
But there is, as the food show Chopped says, the tip jar could possibly be on the chopping block today at 2:30 if there isn't enough participation. And if not, that's totally fine. We'll continue just to talk about sports. But if you guys continue to want the tip jar and kind of want the end of your week to not be about sports after we've been talking about sports the entire week, then make sure you send in your thoughts, text throughout the whole course of the hour, 402-464-5685. And we can go from there. We'll be all good to go. All right, Rico, first of all, any big plans this weekend? You're going out of town, right?
Yep, we're going up to Orchard to celebrate father-in-law's birthday. So a little birthday
Awesome.
party with the in-laws.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good one. We will have high school hoops this evening, 5:45 and 7:30, a little bit of a doubleheader, Lincoln East and Pius X. So a little bit of a battle of A Street, I believe is what they call it. The battle for A Street between the Spartans and the Thunderbolts. Girls basketball game at 5:45, boys basketball game between the Spartans and Thunderbolts at 7:30. Then tomorrow we'll have one. We're still nailing down which game we'll go to. So we'll let you know as soon as we know. But tomorrow, it's going to be a busy one as well. I mean, we'll have the high school show tomorrow morning, 9 to 10 a.m. We'll talk about some Nebraska prep stuff going on around the state. Luke Mullen will join me as always. And then we'll have Husker basketball postgame right after their game tomorrow after Northwestern. And then we'll have high school hoops once again in the afternoon. All right, once again, 402-464-5685. Feel free, send in any thoughts on the Starter Heyman text line. Brian T, shout out to Brian T, because he was at the women's basketball game last night. called me over. We talked. We had a great conversation for about 5 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
Took a picture. We're all chilling. Brian T. Unfortunately, Brian T, glad you're listening. He told me that he's not allowed with his new job to have a radio in his truck anymore.
Dang.
So he can't listen to us throughout the whole day.
Rip.
So he was disappointed. So he's like, I catch some of the nighttime shows, which is all good, but appreciate you tuning in, Brian T. Glad you're listening. Qdoba Guy asked this, what if you get a ton of cooperation from one single person? Would that be enough to keep it alive? Rico, I know you'll probably say yes.
No, it wouldn't
Really?
be enough.
I don't think it would be.
It wouldn't be enough. I'm sorry, Qdoba Guy. Look, text all your friends, give them the number of the station, tell them at 2:30, just send in the weirdest questions they've ever been asked.
Yeah.
That they want two random guys to answer.
It can
be
anything.
sports related. It can be not sports related. It could not be a question. It could be a tip for life. It could be literally anything you want to send in. Send it in.
Yeah.
We just need complete and utter cooperation from everybody so that the tip jar can stay alive and be an every Friday thing.
And if it goes a little over on time, if we have too many
That's
texts,
the best part.
That's the best part. We can continue into the final segment. Qdoba Guy follows up. You guys are my only friends, so you better text in and help me help you.
Can't ask myself
Listen,
a
man.
question. That's not how this works.
All right, let's talk Major League Baseball. Brian T says this: delayed baseball, no way that's good news. Don't tell me winter depression is extended. So, here's something that came, a little bit of an update. We've talked about it before. They have not been able to come to agreement. They being the Players Association and the front offices, right? Have not been able to come to an agreement, whether that's the salary arbitration pool where you get to pay prospects a little bit more money than what they were getting. They weren't able to settle on a minimum salary for minor league players. And to be fair, the front office and the MLB has just kind of been lowballing them the whole entire time. Not saying that the Players Association has been asking for a little bit more than what they, I don't know, deserve. I don't even know what that number is that they deserve, to be quite honest, but they're not even close. Like not even close. Like millions and millions of dollars away from being on the same page. So the other day, the Major League Baseball actually asked, and it was announced that they asked for mediation between both sides to kind of help both sides come to an agreement. And the Major League Baseball Players Association released this statement earlier today. After, in kind of response to that, they say, quote, 2 months after implementing their lockout and just 2 days after committing to players that a counter proposal would be made, the owners refused to make a counter and instead requested mediation. After consultation with our executive board and taking into account, a variety of factors, we have declined this request for mediation. The clearest path to a fair and timely agreement is to get back to the table. Players stand ready to negotiate. And so the players denied any help, sides on track, and somewhat in a similar boat. And so with that, not good.
No, not
This
at all.
this is leading towards a delayed season.
It's going to be locked out, and we're gonna have to wait an extra bit before we get any type of baseball. It always seems like baseball is in this situation. I understand that basketball had a lockout, football had a lockout before, but it always seems every year, well, not every year, every time that these talks come up, it seems as if baseball is the only sport that is always threatened with a lockout. Like football, it's like, oh well, they might get locked out, and then they come to an agreement like the next day after somebody says something like that. Or basketball is the same way. But baseball, it always seems like it drags on and on and on. Like they never can agree to how much people should be paid in baseball, and it's so strange. There's so much money, but at the same time, people say, it's a dying sport. People aren't watching it anymore, and this is not going to help them if they have to delay their season.
Well, and I'll be honest, I don't know what this means for spring training. Like normally, pitchers, catchers report early, sometime in February or March. I can't remember the date for to be quite honest, but they report obviously before everybody else. I don't know what this means, if that delays what time they arrive, or if it delays spring training in its entirety. Because think about that, is MLB will want to have some, I guess preseason would be the word, which is the spring training season. So they'll want to have that. Now, will they choose to do an abbreviated spring training? We don't know. will it decide? Will they decide to just skip spring training in its entirety and just give teams time to practice after they report? Because here's the thing: is if they don't, I would assume that players won't report if they're not getting paid and there's no agreement on what they are going to get paid. And by that, I mean the minor leaguers and the prospects that are in their last year of their rookie deal. Like that's basically showing up to work and not knowing if you're going to get paid for what you're doing. So with that being said, like think about the time frame for this is they will come to an agreement at some point, you hope, right? Come to an agreement. Let's say they come to an agreement April 1st. Well, they're going to have then players eventually report.
It'll be a pretend
April
agreement.
5th.
April Fool's Day.
Okay. You know what I meant. At the first of a month. And then they're going to have the players report either in the next couple days or next week, the following week or whatever. Well, then that just delays the season because that's when they start reporting and that's when they're back. So like we're really leading towards a lockout and a delayed start for Major League Baseball, which Sten on the text line says this means more eyes on college baseball, which is better for Bolt and company. The first part, absolutely right. And probably the second part as well with Bolt and company. But the first part, college baseball, they're going to be able to take an advantage, or I should say the TV markets are going to be able to take an advantage of this because they will have spots open on their programming schedule to where they're able to broadcast college baseball if they choose to do so. Now, that's a whole nother discussion, is if they choose not to. That'll be a whole nother discussion.
I mean, you have a ton of spring college sports to choose from. You've got soccer, you've got track and field, you've got baseball, you've got softball. So, if you don't want to broadcast soccer or baseball on your TV channel, whatever, you could choose another sport. It's not like there's going to be not enough sports to go around. You're not going to have Major League Baseball more than likely. So you've got your pick of the litter. Whatever sounds good, go ahead and do it.
That will be interesting, though. That will be an interesting conversation to be brought up if that is the case, where they choose to run Sunday night baseball in the middle of a lockout when they've been talking about it for a couple months now, instead of LSU South Carolina. Like that's going to be an interesting conversation, and a conversation that would be completely valid if that's the case. It would be absolutely right to bring that up. I understand college baseball and just kind of baseball and softball in general can be boring to some spectators. I get that. But personally, here's my little 2 cents. I'd much rather watch LSU South Carolina than Tampa Bay Detroit on Sunday night.
What? But Tampa Bay's so great. They make the World Series every third year.
You're right with Blake. Well, when they had Blake Snell, but that's just my preference. I'm a big college baseball guy more than professional baseball.
No, I get that.
And I think it's more, it's more of a viewing pleasure, college baseball over professional baseball too, because there's a lot more variables. There's a lot more things that can happen. And wacky things that can happen if that's the right way to
inside the
it.
park home runs.
They happen more often.
That
errors happen more often. Like small ball happens more often. Nebraska's a perfect example of that last year. If Nebraska would have been thrown on ESPN a couple times, then it would have been like, holy crap, this team.
Why are they bunting so much?
They bunt. They move runners. They play gritty. They play tough. And wait, this kind of baseball is actually kind of fun to watch when it works and when it's effective. And
constant movement.
Yeah, with that being said, I mean, Nebraska baseball, a lot of excitement around that. Their 4 captains were named yesterday. Griffin Everett, Kyle Perry were part of that.
Shea
Shanaman was as well. I'm spacing on the 4th one. I'll be able to find it here in a moment.
Kyle, Griff, Shea, and
Husker baseball.
I hate myself for it.
I can't believe I'm spacing because I read it earlier today.
We're going to be so mad when you read it.
I know. Cam Chick. How could I forget? He's part of the station and we forget.
Dang it.
Cam Chick, Kyle Perry, Griffin Everett, and Shea Shanaman. So they are their 4 captains for Wilbull and company. But yeah, no, it's in terms of the MLBPA and just the MLB, the owners, it's kind of concerning from the numbers that were released a couple weeks ago that we talked about a little bit on our show.
They were so far off from each other. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah. like I said, millions. At one point, hundreds of millions
Yes.
in terms of the arbitration salary pool, which once again just gives teams more money to work with to pay younger prospects. So the Adley Rutschmans of the world. And here's another thing. Baseball is really kind of has been crappy to minor league players. There's things where before this next season, they didn't get housing. Like for players that came over from other countries to play, I mean, they were not provided housing. There's nothing. And so they finally made that rule this year that minor league players have housing. They can, things like that. Just the basic things were not warranted. They felt like last year. And now this year, they're finally starting to adjust to the times and adjust to what's necessary and right. So we'll keep going.
You would think you would want to treat the people who are earning you money better, because like
you're telling me, like, when Adley Rutschman comes up to the majors or Bobby Witt Jr., like, they are going to turn heads. Like, it's going to be, I would go to a Royals game just to watch Bobby Witt Jr. I would go I go to a Storm Chasers game just to watch Bobby Witt.
Like the first time that they get called up and they play in a game, that game is going to those tickets are going to sell like hotcakes. And then, whatever happens from then on, if this person is as good as they have been and as good as you hope they are, that's going to drive ticket sales up. That's going to give you more money. But if you treat them terribly in the minor leagues, who's to say they ever make it up? Like you don't even give them housing. Like you're giving them barely any money. Like it's just crazy how you expect these guys to. And I guess maybe people, some crazy owner will be like, well, it's to make them work harder to get to the major leagues, to get that money and to get, all of that stuff that comes with it. But at the same time, like, it's hard to work hard when you don't know where you're going to sleep and you barely have enough money to buy food. Like it's wild. I mean, I know they're getting paid a decent amount, but for housing, food, transportation, all the stuff that you need, it's a little rough.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of hoops that they're going to have to jump through as they go along here, to hopefully get a season. It's just wild. Like, I think back to, like, just prospects, staying on that discussion, like when Wander Franco got called up and he was going to make his major league debut. I mean, it was all over social media. The game was immediately televised on ESPN, and that's where the Tampa Bay Rays came from. Like, people started watching the Tampa Bay Rays because of Wander. Then he gets a big contract extension at the age of 19. And you're just like, holy cow, this guy's life switched in a blink of an eye.
So quickly.
And if you're not a general baseball fan or actually don't follow it all that closely, which that's totally fine. You can be just, a relaxed fan. If you don't follow, you didn't know Wander Franco. Like, if you didn't go to the College World Series, that's the first time I was introduced with that to Adley Rutschman. I watched him bullpen catch ahead of a game against TCU in the College World Series as a sophomore. And like, that's the thing, is like, if you're not paying attention or paying close attention or don't study these guys and pay attention and follow them for years and years and years back to back, then you don't know who Wander Franco is until they get called up. And so it's really kind of interesting to see how the owners are treating the players and the Players Association. And once again, just so far from coming to an agreement. So it's kind of something to watch down the stretch.
And then lost in the entire shuffle is Joe West retired.
I did see that as well.
But nobody's talking about that.
Nobody's talking about it, but everybody should be happy.
Nobody's talking about one of the worst umpires in Major League Baseball finally stepping down.
Angel Fernandez is the one left.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, Angel Fernandez. We need to.
Is it Fernandez or Hernandez?
I
think it's Hernandez.
Yes. I was thinking Jose Fernandez, who was the Miami pitcher who died in the boating accident.
Great pitcher.
Really young, unfortunately. Okay, so Joe B says this, completely off topic, but we're about to get to the tip jar, so it's okay. Joe B, I won the hockey tickets this morning. Pick up the tickets at Will Call the day of the game. A pair of tickets. Joe, I believe it's a pack of 4.
It's a pack of 4,
and at Will Call.
Should be at Will Call. We gave them your name. They should be at Will Call for tomorrow's game.
Saturday night's game.
Yeah,
6:05 puck drop.
You just go to Will Call, say, my name is Joe. Your last name. I'm not going to say your last name on air. My name is Joe. I won these tickets, 93.7 ticket. And they're like, oh, here you go. Here's your tickets, pack of 4.
So Mr. Unbelievable adds this: top players get paid plenty in the draft to make it through the minor leagues. It's the lower paid players that are screwed, but there's a lot of players and the people don't fill the ballparks to make it worth it. Exactly. And that's kind of our point. And you're totally right. Like a guy like Bubba Starling gets drafted, but then stays in the minors forever, basically. And yes, he was in AAA, but there's a lot of guys that come over from China, and they're like, those guys aren't all Shohei Ohtani. And so that's where I think, for me personally, I sit back and say, okay, we know kind of what the owners are making. And I understand that they're not going to abruptly accept the Players Association's offer right out of the gate. But when you're millions and millions of dollars off, it's what the Players Association said, is that they walked out laughing. They actually laughed walking out of their meeting. So like that's the thing, is that they're not even close. And it's just, and once again, it unfortunately just shows kind of the greed of MLB owners.
And the problem with it is, like, the players are going to be the ones that suffer them. Like they want to make these deals and earn more money for, the Players Association wants to earn it for everybody else for the players, but they're going to be the ones that suffer the most because the owners aren't losing any. Like, these guys have invested in all kinds of different things. They're not losing any money, really. Like, they're fine. So that's why they don't care. They're like, dude, we don't have to pay you, because if we lose out on this, it doesn't matter to us. Yeah. So it sucks on one end, it sucks on the other. It's just bad all around, really, for the players. And hopefully they can get the owners to agree to something where everybody gets paid, enough money to make it through. Because like you said, you've got people coming over from China, from the Dominican Republic, from places like that, and they're looking for a better life, and baseball is the way that they can reach that better life. And they muddle around in AA, single A, AAA for the longest time, barely making any money, and they never get a chance to make it to the majors.
Yeah. For example, like their league minimum is abruptly low, and the MLB owners did not want to change it. So this unnamed texter has said this. It's so the media hears the word mediation. It's a PR stunt by the owner's lawyers. Maybe, but also I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if they realize how far off they are, I mean, what are the possible outcomes on this? Because one side is going to have to budge, and we heard it back when the pandemic began, and Blake Snell was like, listen, I'm not playing unless I have a part in my contract where it says I get paid if I get sick. And like, I know this is completely different, and well, not completely different, but it's involving different topics and situations, but it's kind of the same thing where there's no way the owners should expect the players to show up and put in the work for their organization when there's no assurances that they get paid, and rightfully so. And so it's just
like you show up to your job, you do all your work, and then at payday comes around. It's like, oh, by the way, all those hours you worked, I don't think I'm going to pay you for those. I'll pay you for these ones. I don't pay you for those ones.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, that's an interesting way to look at it by this unnamed texter. I mean, which they very well could be right, that the owners sit back and say, well, we're going to say that we brought in mediation, but in reality, they aren't. They just want to take advantage. So, all right, let's go to break, Rico.
Look, do not kill the tip jar.
It's the moment of truth. We got other things we can always talk about. If
don't let it die, please.
But Rico is firmly in the boat of not letting the tip jar die.
It's fun. It's a totally original idea.
It's all up to you guys. Send in your text, 402-464-5685. The tip jar on the happy hour is next, and the rejoin, the greatest in the world, that this could be the last time you ever hear the greatest rejoin ever made, that features Antonio Brown talking about mooning people, and Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. You'll hear that next on the happy hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In basketball this week, Lincoln Pius X, who sits at 13-6, beat North Platte 84-47. Jack Hastrader led all scorers with 17 points in the win. Pius will look to make it 4 wins straight in their game against Lincoln East, who sits at 10-5 on Friday. Waverly got an overtime win against Bishop Neumann, 54-51. Beatrice beat Norris, 46-31. In girls basketball, Lincoln Northeast won over Lincoln North Star, 48-28. And on Wednesday, Waverly lost to Bishop Neumann, 47-33. In recruiting, after a record-breaking football season, Noah Walters has signed with Division I program North Alabama. He will be the 11th player from Nebraska to join a D1 football program next fall. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hey, ticket listeners. It's Military Night on Saturday at the Icebox as we honor the countless men and women that have served our country. The Stars play Omaha at 6:05 and stick around after the game for a jersey auction benefiting Nebraska Warriors. Get your tickets to Military Night on Saturday at LincolnStars.com. That's LincolnStars.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, a little windy here for our Friday. We can see northwest winds gusting over 30. We'll top out near 32. Overnight clear with a low dropping down to around 12. A nice warm-up for our Saturday. An afternoon high of 49. Southwest winds gusting to 25. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Pleased and honored to be joined by Nebraska volleyball coach John Cook.
If Trev wasn't interested, I would have done it in a heartbeat because I just felt like Nebraska athletics, we were at the edge of the cliff. You know, we had to do something, get somebody in here to build this athletic department back up. I thank my lucky stars every day that Trev's our guy now.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns big or small in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
You need a place to watch the big game, but you don't want to host at your place, and you don't know what friend's house to invite yourself over to. Join 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for Bengals Rams and enjoy great food and drink, plus the chance to win great prizes. If you simply show up, you'll have a chance to win free prizes. You just have to be there when your ticket is called. What's better than great food, drinks, and prizes? Hang with us for the big game on Sunday, February 13th at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Prescription opioids can be addictive and dangerous.
Opioid pain medication took everything that I had. Nothing mattered more than getting my fix. Knowing that it could have been prevented makes it worse. It just takes one.
Prescription opioids. It only takes a little to lose a lot. Developed by CDC.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
You're listening to the Happy Hour
Let me ask you a question about the tip cup, because I had a little thing with the calzone guy.
with Nick Sainert.
What did you just say? Go put $1 in the jar right now. Are you serious? Yeah, now. Damn it.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
A big old chocolate ass in MetLife.
What? On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, so that could have been the last time that you ever hear that that intro.
Are y'all serious right now? Are y'all serious right now? This is what we're gonna do. We invite you into our lives. We invite you to ask any type of question you would like. We invite you to have fun with us and ask crazy questions, just with absolutely no meaning or anything behind them. And you know what you do? You don't respond. You don't play into it.
Rico, you got to stop with these texts.
You don't want to have fun with us on a Friday after a long sports week and a nice weekend ahead of us. We just want to have some fun. We want to send you into the weekend with a smile, but we need your participation. And you know what you do? You don't participate. And you know what? That makes me sad. And I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Rico, you got to stop with those
I'm just very disappointed in everybody who has not participated in the tip jar. Who apparently is listening, but it's like, you know what sounds really cool today? Not having fun, not having a blast with my two good friends, Nick and Rico, but it's whatever. It's fine.
Rico,
now I understand where you at. Now I understand where we stand with everybody. It's okay.
Rico, you got to learn, or you got to understand that we can't be
shame people into this.
We can't be doing that talk because then we don't know if it's organic that people want to.
No, I'm doing it.
All right. So Jory says this is a very good point when you're thinking about minor league baseball. They say, Jory says this: hard part with minor league baseball is the fact that there are 5 levels that include rookie A, advanced A, double A, triple A. They definitely should be paid more, but with the sheer number of players amongst those levels, it's going to be a hard balancing act, not even including the MLB payroll. I don't know. Yeah, Jory, you hit it right on the head. I might try to get a minor leaguer on. I might text him right now. He's in the Minnesota Twins organization. So maybe we should do that for Monday. Maybe I'll see if Michael Hellman wants to come on Monday. All right, let's get to the tip jar. There's a couple. We have 4 or 5.
See, you got to shame people into it.
But that's not right. I'm about that.
Well, look,
life.
Ham and Beans, Lucas, unnamed texter 0754. Guess what? You're my new 3 best friends. That's what it is. Oh, we got Sparky too and Gator. What's up?
Sparky's new.
These are my friends. These are my friends now. Everybody else, you're not my friend. I'm sorry about it.
Let's do this. This is a question for Rico because I do not have a smoker. Big Frank asks, what is your best/worst meats? Pulled pork is best for him. Brisket is worse.
Best meat. I mean, it's just because I love it the most. And just ribs.
All right.
Just give me some nice ribs, some pork ribs, and it's fantastic. Worst meat. I don't think there is a worst meat. All meat is delicious.
So I
love brisket.
I want to get a smoker, but I think I need to wait till the spring. to get a little smoker.
A little smoky smoke.
Yeah, a little smoker of my own. Because now that me and my buddies are in a house, we have the room. It's not an apartment, right?
Yeah.
So now that we're in a house, we can. The backyard neighborhood extremely friendly. I mean, I live like 30 seconds from the station, as you know, Rico, and like neighborhood extremely friendly. I mean, this is bad to say. It's all elderly people.
I love old people,
and everything is so quiet, and all the lawns are kept nice, and it's just peaceful.
So y'all are in there to mess it all up?
No. We're in there to fit right in with the elderly people.
Okay.
We are. I'm telling you right now. I'm ready just to sit out back on a lawn chair and listen to the birds, as they say. All right. Ham and beans, Vietnamese food or Chinese?
Chinese food. Vietnamese food is delicious. It's a nice Vietnamese spot. I think it was a now I don't know if it was a Vietnamese spot in Kearney that we went to. But I always hit up the Chinese joint, and it was delicious. They knew my order by heart because I went in there so much.
That's where I'm at with. Okay, this is bad to admit. That's where I'm at with Scooters. This coffee house.
Yeah.
I go in there and
what
they're
a
just like
Scooters is.
they're like white mocha blender. I'm like, yeah. And they're like low fat today or normal. And I'm like low fat.
Low fat. You feel a little large today?
I just don't want to overdo it with the low. I can't have the whipped cream. I gotta have the low fat base.
Jake looks like a freaking chipmunk.
Yeah, how's the cornbread, Jake?
He's got the fat cheeks.
Look at him.
Like
Look at him
holding it up because he doesn't want it to all fall apart.
Jake had a very underrated tweet yesterday about his being able to now drink beer and feeling fine at Husker events.
And I feel fine.
I'm happy for Jake. Lucas asks, what's the weirdest thing in your fridge?
I don't know. The weirdest thing in my fridge. I got a lot of leftovers.
I think there's goat cheese in ours.
What?
Yeah, don't ask.
Is it yours?
No. I think my roommate plays baseball for Wesleyan.
Yeah.
And he's all healthy. And like we're talking like egg white, like he does not. It's weird. Every meal is egg whites.
Yeah,
and I don't know how he does it. Maybe he's listening right now, but
yeah, I don't know what the weirdest thing in my fridge is.
All right, Rico, would you rather forget anything or remember everything? Oh, remember everything. I can't be for I can't.
But then you would remember everything, like everything, Nicholas.
I think
like even all the bad things that happen to you that you're like, I'm just gonna forget about that.
Yes,
or all the
but
embarrassing
that's better
things.
than forgetting all the good things.
Well, it doesn't say forget everything; it's forget anything. So like you could just forget anything that happens ever, which already happens to me. I forget things all the time, so I guess I'll stick with forget anything.
I'm with remember everything.
I don't want to remember everything because something bad could happen to me, and then I would remember it forever because I can't forget it.
Sparky says, Sparky here. How many shots are you shooting for on your 21st, Nick?
21.
Interesting. No,
it's 21.
That is not it.
That's what you have to shoot
That's not what
for.
we're doing.
You have to spread it out over multiple hours.
Yeah,
but hit 21. Obviously don't do it in like an hour.
Once again, we changed the plan for my 21st. We're going to Ameristar now on the 22nd of February. Almost went to the DMV today to get my license because I have to get the horizontal license, not the vertical.
Why were you going to go to DC, Maryland, Virginia?
So I almost went to the Department of Motor Vehicles today.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
And I called them for some reason. They're like, somebody called them and they're like, we are packed today because LPS, I guess, has the day off school. And they're like, do not come in.
Please, dear God, don't come in.
I was like, I'm not coming in. All right, don't worry, man. So we're going to
That's bad when the DMV is asking you not to show up.
Come in. So they're like, you can do it online if you want to just use the same picture. So I am going to do it online.
Use the same picture?
I am.
You can use your little baby picture.
I am.
Little baby Nick. You don't want almost 21-year-old Nick as a
I haven't
picture?
changed. My face has just got a lot wider.
Exactly. You got to fill out the square.
I've added a couple chins. So with that, we're going up to the Ameristar and the casinos. I'm hoping to stay decently sober so that I don't lose all this money. But I'm sure that'll change. Gator, what's worse, jamming your finger or stubbing your toe? Definitely stubbing my toe. I cannot. I hate stubbing the toe because then you try to walk around on everything except that toe, and it hurts.
I've jammed my finger many a time, and it hurts for a little bit. You get over it, but yeah, stubbing your toe, it never doesn't hurt for multiple minutes, and it's always like the worst. You feel like you broke your toe. Like those are the worst. You just hit it at the weirdest angle, and you're just like, I broke it. This is it. I'm gonna have to go get it fixed, or could put it in a splint, something like that. I have a broken toe. That's all I can do, and it feels like that for multiple minutes. I would rather jam my finger any day of the week.
Okay, so with the jamming your finger, it feels though like your nail. When you jam your nail with it, on the edge, it feels like your nail is like no longer there.
Yeah.
It feels like you just destroyed your
Just
nail.
like,
So that does hurt a little
peel
bit
it up.
worse. Let's see, where were we at? All right, Q-Dub guy, would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
Well, he said jail, not prison. So I might go with.
I'm going with the Coma. I think I'm too soft for jail.
No, look, man. If there's a lesser time, I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'd take jail for 5 years.
You would take jail for 5 years. Think about all the food, the bad food that you would eat.
Think of all of the no food that you are going to eat. Think of all the muscle mass you're going to lose. You're gonna have to relearn how to walk. You're gonna have to relearn how to talk. Like you're just there. I don't know. What if after 7 years they're like, look, it's not getting any better.
We got 3 more years of this.
I don't know, man.
They don't even know. They don't know at 7 years.
7 years, man. I don't know. After 7 years, and they're like, look, man, he's not getting any better. We need some beds.
Come on, Rico. We're not talking about this.
It's gonna
right
be
now.
your decision.
We are not talking about.
They're gonna be asking your wife, your 3 beautiful children.
What do you want to happen to Daddy? That's so bad. That is bad.
Look, man,
Rico.
just go to jail for 5 years. Your family can come visit you. Be all right.
I don't know. I think Coma.
Here's
Here's what
money,
I'll say.
You can go get some prison chips.
Here's what I'll say. Crappy food is worse than no food.
Is it?
Yes.
I would beg to differ. I would think somebody that doesn't
really
eat would take crappy food over no food.
Okay, that's a good point. But I think crappy food is worse than no food.
I would rather eat food that tastes bad than not have food at all. Like I'm not a fish guy, but if I had the decision between eating tuna and eating air,
Tuna's good. I like tuna.
Yeah, but I don't.
Okay.
So if I had the decision between eating tuna and eating air, I would take the tuna.
Like we're talking like I would rather eat no food than eat liver and onions.
I would eat the liver and onions.
I'm out.
I would not like it. I would try to keep myself from puking.
All right, we got to keep going here. Q-Dub guy, would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life or give up the internet for the rest of your life? Internet. I can't do. I have to have air conditioning and heating. I have to.
I'd be fine without the air conditioning. The heating is an issue for me. Can I just give up air conditioning?
Really? You would rather be hot than cold?
100%.
Really?
100%.
No, man.
I rediscovered that today when I was standing outside because I was filling out my car and the Scooters was real close, so I went and got some coffee.
Did they know your order?
And no, they don't know my order, so don't go there that much. But it was right there, so I went and I got it. And I was standing outside, and I was like, "This is awful." And I had my hoodie, had my jacket, had my jeans, like I'm all bundled up, and I'm freezing. And I was like, "Dude, if it was the summer, like all I had to do is stand under some shade, and I'm good." But it's the winter, and this sucks.
Okay. Let's see. Let's skip them because we're running out of time. Couple. Gator says this: best sports video game of all time. Be sure to add the year. Mine is NCAA football 14, and it's not even close. Yeah, I think so too. Somebody was selling it on Facebook Marketplace the other day for $150. Tell me that is not accurate.
Wait, what?
Somebody was trying to sell NCAA football 14 for $150 on Facebook Marketplace.
Hard pass.
You cannot.
No.
But with that being said, if the new game costs $100, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Okay, cool. All right, we're both on the same boat there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
I need it.
Nebraska ball fan, what is the best dipping sauce for chicken nuggets? Ranch.
Barbecue.
Ranch and buffalo mixed is also good. Gus, I hope neither of you own capri pants. No.
I don't?
No.
I don't know where that came from.
Absolutely not. iPhone or Android? iPhone.
iPhone gang. Get your green text messages out of here.
Would you cut Claytonia John? Would you guys cut off one of your fingers or two? Okay, so let's do 2 fingers. Let's do that.
Would you guys cut off two of your fingers
if Nebraska made a run like Alabama the last 10 years? Oh, it would be a lot more fun to talk about.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
But fingers. So we're talking index, middle, or ring.
Just cut off my pinkies.
No.
A pinky is a. What are you talking about?
Okay, pinky finger. I guess so.
Were you just trying to tell me a pinky wasn't a finger?
No, it is. I don't know, man. I know somebody that had to get their pinky toe amputated. Horrible for balance. I don't know what that correlation with your hand is.
Your hand is fine. Like you can still grip things with the 4 fingers. As long look, don't get rid of my thumb. Don't get rid of my thumb. Don't get rid of my middle. Don't get rid of my ring.
Video game.
It's very important. I can say my pointer too. Ooh, no. Don't get rid of my thumb or my pointer.
So you have to do pinky.
Yeah, just take the pinky off. I won't be able to rest my phone on it.
Would you do
tragic?
So would you cut off your fingers?
Yes, both my pinkies are gone. I would do this for you, listeners.
Wow.
For all of you,
know, man.
I would cut off both of my pinky fingers so Nebraska could have an Alabama-like run for 10 years.
Let's continue this conversation on the other side. All right, 402-464-5685. Let's just extend this segment into the final segment. I mean, this is kind of what we were planning for and hoping for. You guys have been great. We do need to get Nick trivia in. Here's the question. It's Googleable, so get your fingers ready.
Googleable.
Where's Barrett Pickering playing?
Oh.
Where's Barrett Pickering, the former Husker kicker, kickering? Call in 402-464-5685. Win $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge. Next.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
You need a place to watch the big game, but you don't want to host at your place, and you don't know what friend's house to invite yourself over to. Join 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for Bengals Rams, and enjoy great food and drink, plus the chance to win great prizes. If you simply show up, you'll have a chance to win free prizes. You just have to be there when your ticket is called. What's better than great food, drinks, and prizes? Hang with us for the big game on Sunday, February 13th at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O.
Today on Hey Culligan, why does your team stink? Here's Coach Waters.
Hey, Culligan. Yeah, my team stinks.
Ooh, harsh.
No. I mean, they stink. They won't hit the showers because it makes their skin all dry and itchy.
Coach, it sounds like your guys have been hit hard by hard water.
You kidding me? Hard water?
Yep, so let's call an audible in the form of one Culligan Smart High-Efficiency Water Softener to get the smooth back in their skin and the stink out of your team.
Okay, Culligan, I'm putting you in.
Coach, we're already on the way. Go to CulliganLincoln.com and schedule your free water test today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Partly to mostly sunny skies, a little windy here for our Friday. We can see northwest winds gusting over 30. We'll top out near 32. Overnight clear with a low dropping down to around 12. A nice warm-up for our Saturday. An afternoon high of 49. Southwest winds gusting to 25. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is Sean Callahan with Coppell Chevrolet GMC. New vehicle production has been increasing, but the lots will not be filling up anytime soon. In fact, most vehicles are being pre-sold and are leaving the same week as they arrive. If you want your new Chevrolet or GMC, this is a great time to build a vehicle and place an order. Our sales team will work right with you to build the exact vehicle you want. At Coppell, we appreciate your business and sell vehicles at a fair price. So come check us out or visit us online at CoppellCars.com.
Now back to Happy Hour with Nico and Rick on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, back here on the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge on the line on a Friday afternoon. All right, let's go to Tony first. Tony, happy Friday, man. How's it going?
Doing well.
Good. All right, Tony, where did Barrett Pickering play last year?
South Alabama.
That is right. Barrett Pickering, kickering for South Alabama.
Ding, ding, ding.
That is absolutely right. Nice job, Tony. You win $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge. Go get yourself a jalapeno cream cheeseburger or something. All right. Thanks, Tony. Okay, let's get back to this.
Shout out.
A little bit. Pork Chop says this: you're going to have a lot of three-fingered on one hand Husker fans. Is that the popular thing? Fans want it that they'll cut off two of their fingers.
Yes.
All right. I think I would be in that boat. All right, let's go to a couple that we missed since we have a couple minutes here before we get to the water cooler because I skipped a couple.
Yeah, you did.
Somebody says go electric smoker. All right.
That's what I got.
Does it work?
Yeah, it works great.
Pecan Pie says, what's up, fellas? Nick, if you get a good smoker, You can use it any time of the year. You fire it up on Thursday on the first round of March Madness, fill up the garage fridge with the cold ones, invite the boys over, and set up 4 TVs in the garage. Enjoy the first 2 rounds from 10 a.m. until 11 p.m.
Man, that would be great if you didn't have to work.
What a picture. What a picture that we just painted right there. Great job.
That
PK
sounds
Pie.
fantastic.
What a picture.
But I will be at work starting at 8.
We'll be somewhere watching the game, and you should be too.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure we'll be broadcasting
Where will
live
we
somewhere.
It will be somewhere.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Then we get a new one here. Would you rather have Nebraska be 7-6 and beat Iowa every single year, costing them the Big Ten West championship, or have them end up second in the Big Ten West every year and lose to somebody like Purdue or Illinois or Northwestern, costing them the Big Ten West? So basically, would you rather have Nebraska be mediocre and lose to
mediocre and beat Iowa, or the second best team in your division but lose to a not great team every year? Second in the Big Ten West is better than 7-6. You probably have like 3 or 4 losses.
I think I'm going with that one.
I think I'll go with that one. I mean, it would suck to lose to Purdue or Illinois or Northwestern, but
right now,
catch.
Thank you.
But I would rather do that. 3 losses, one of them to one of those poopy teams, and I'm good.
Yeah, I think I would be as well. I mean, there's some years that Northwestern is really good.
Yeah.
Brett Bielema is going to be just fine. Yeah. Pecan Pie says, or follows this up with, DP will give you guys vacation days for it as long as you invite him over after he takes on your show. Listen, I don't know if that.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah,
Because I don't think he's doing that.
Yeah, probably not. He would laugh.
I feel like he goes home. He's gone already. He ain't here.
He's celebrating the weekend already.
Yeah, he's here for Vershawn's show. Before our show starts, he's at home trying to rest up before he has to come back later.
Okay, Brian says this: you would actually cut off your pinky fingers for Nebraska to have an Alabama-like run for 10 years. That's a shocker.
Well, that's what 4 or 5 national championships.
Does Scott Frost become Nick Saban?
Yes.
Scott Frost is the new Nick Saban.
So Scott Frost becomes Nick Saban, Nebraska becomes Alabama.
And Nebraska never ends.
You're getting 5-star recruits every year. Your top 3 recruiting class every year.
Yeah.
And you're a perennial top 4 team.
Even when you lose and don't deserve to be in the playoff, you're still in the playoff.
You're losing at max 1 to 2 games a year.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, yeah.
Yes, I would cut off my pinky fingers.
Fire up the saw. Get it going.
Because that makes this job so I don't need pinky
so
fingers
much
to do
better.
this job. This job would be so much better, so much more fun.
Yes.
And we would also be making more money because people would want to advertise with a radio station talking about a championship level team.
That's true. Yeah. Fire up the saw. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Get rid of my pinky fingers. Take them and
take my fingers.
Feed them to the birds.
Take my fingers.
Birds eat fingers, right? I don't know.
On a scale, okay, Lucas. Ooh, on a scale from 1 to 10, how awful is Qdoba? I like Qdoba, man.
Is 1 the worst and 10 is the best? So
no. 1 is saying it's really good. 10 is saying it's really bad.
I like 3.
I think it's like a 1.
It's really good.
I really like their quesadillas. If Chipotle had quesadillas, that's where.
Quesadillas.
Okay, Ryan from Nashville adds, I'd give a lot more than that. Husker Ryan from Nashville. Nice work. Somebody else goes, cut off my finger. Heck, you could cut off.
Don't say it.
You know that. I saw it. Don't worry, Rico.
Pinky swear. Look, Claytonia John, I'll pinky swear with my ring finger, man. I'll do it. If you can guarantee, look. If you can guarantee me Nebraska has a 10-year Alabama-like run today, you can guarantee me that. You could come to the station, cut off my finger.
Wait, time out. Okay, so something that we cannot forget, Rico. I just Googled, what does the loss of a pinky finger do to your hand?
Ooh, okay. Well, I can't hold my phone anymore. Like when I'm laying on the bed.
Here's this. So right off the bat, Google says this: stick your pinkies out and raise your glasses for a toast to the 5th finger. Without it, your hand would be half as strong. You'd lose 50% of your hand strength if you lose your pinky.
Okay, so
you wouldn't be able to hold a PS4 controller.
Yes, I would. 50%. Look, my hands is strong. So 50% of my hand strength would just be a normal human's hand strength. So I'm good. I would just be a normal human.
Qdoba guy says this. I will fight you if you ever talk bad about Qdoba again, whatever your name was, Texter. Nice work. Hey, Qdoba guy, we're good. Okay, this is actually a big one. Rico, I'm sad that you started the music because we could talk about this forever.
Well, we have to get out.
How mad does it make you when people pronounce words wrong like wash, shields, etc.?
Wash?
Dad, if you're listening, it's shields, not shield.
We're going to go to shield.
It's shield.
Wash?
I don't have anybody that says that, but all I'm saying
Most people that say it.
Pronounce words shields. I mess up quite a bit.
Pronounce words the way they are meant to be pronounced.
I mess up quite a bit because I talk fast.
But do you know what he's saying?
I
Do you
do.
know where he's trying to
Shield.
go?
Shield.
Do you know? But do you know where he's trying to go?
I do.
Well, he's getting his point across.
I do.
It's fine.
All right, we're out for today. High school hoops tonight, 5:45. Spartans and Thunderbolts. I will talk to you guys then. Have a great weekend.
Adios.
Security First Bank.